Now then, welcome to carnage. So I wasn't actually going to vlog this, but after spending a couple of nights looking for a leak, I thought I'll start vlogging it because this could get interesting. So I noticed on Thursday night, it's now Tuesday, that I have got a leak, and after fettling around with my inlet to the pond, I've worked out it's about 1.6 litres that's leaking from somewhere, but I don't know where. I've exposed all the pipes that are got like any sort of joint, any sort of rubber mounting or anything like that I've exposed, and I can't find it. So this could get exciting. Right, I'm gonna spin you around, show you what I've done so far, and probably the next thing to do is go swimming. So what I've been doing for the last few days, I've basically exposed everywhere that there's a joint or some sort of connection to the pond. So all the wall outlets where the liner connects to the box welded liner. I've also emptied out the back of the skimmer, because remember Andrew Daly from the Koi Diaries having a leak where his liner joined up to his skimmer plate. I'm almost lost with where to look next, and I think the only sensible thing to do is to get in and have a look around any joints, like the joints to the bottom drain. Check the bottom drain looks all right where that's joined to the liner. Check where the liner has been, how it's manufactured on the seams. Check all of them. But I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm going to do it after work tomorrow because I'm absolutely knackered. I'm fed up at digging holes and doing stuff. But if there's any silver lining to all of this, for a while I've really wanted to give the pond a bit of a new look, and that's exactly what I'm going to do when this gets put back together. So by the end of this video, keep watching, because when I have found this leak, and I will find it, treat myself to some new plants, and this is going to look mega. At least that's what's keeping me going right now. Well, tonight might be an exciting one. Just been to pick up a winter wetsuit. No better excuse to turn up the boiler than if you're going for a swim. Cushy. Well, I did say that this video could get interesting. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what other koi channel delivers this sort of entertainment?
Just be careful, it looks a bit cold.
It got wet, yeah? All that wall I've checked out. Let's check this bottom drain. Well, I've been in here for the best part of 2 hours now. What'd you say?
From the rest.
Just on this half. I've got 10 kilos of weight on my chest. I've had that just to pin me down. but I've literally checked every single square inch of the wall. I've checked all the seams, they're all sound. I've checked the bottom drain, it's got to be 3 times now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I've had the lid off the bottom drain because I thought it might be the seal on the outside, but it's not. And I've checked all inside, like the plastic welds, I've checked all around the seals, done a right good job of that. But I've had enough for tonight, so I'm going to call it a wrap, and I'm going to do the other half tomorrow night. So I've had enough. See you tomorrow. The corners that I've been told to check.
After literally destroying the garden to find it. The joys.
Thank for that.
You found it?
Yeah. What it is. What it is. Oh, I can't believe I found it, thank God for that. So what it is, where the liner isn't pushed into the corner really well, they're an absolute core. I rang him and he says just really feel in the corners and you might feel a bit where it's just bust. And I think he reluctantly told me that, but I'm glad he did, because I've like been going around poking away and I just felt this one little, you know when you found the hole and your finger just slips in, and I was like, oh yeah, right.
Now to get it fixed.
Now to fix it. Come round behind me.
And the garden.
Literally, I was just feeling down it, and it was just like, oh, bosh. Try the torch. Need some weight on me. You can see it's where there's like a bit of ballast, you know, been left sharp on the side.
Yeah, it sucked it in.
And it's where the pressure of the stretch has just pushed it, and it's just, so I'm gonna have to put like a big patch. So I'm gonna clean all the corner and work something out. Good morning. And it is a good morning because I've sorted it. So last night I didn't want to mince about filming it. I got the silicone gun ready, got my patch, rubbed some silicone into the hole, and then rubbed my thumb over it, that pretty much sealed it just on its own. And then I got a 100mm by 100mm patch and squelched a bit of silicone on the wall, like rubbed it on, and then I load on the patch, pushed it up but not too tight, so that there's plenty of silicone behind it. And yeah, it's definitely sorted it. I've been using my little, if anyone's not got one of them and you ain't got a window, I'll put you a link in the description, because they're absolute godsend for looking under the water or checking any damage on your fish. So the only water entering this pond now is RO water. Turned off the bypass. Looking nice. Turned off the bypass. So it's just RO water. My water parameters are trashed. My TDS is right up nearly 200. And my pH is over 8 from running that much tap water in. But it will drop now, obviously. So something that I've done this morning to make sure I've definitely sorted the leak is I turned off the drum, measured what's coming in, and then measured what's coming out, and they're both absolutely identical. So the leak is sorted. The only thing left to do now is get my arse to the garden centre and get some nice plants, because this is having a transformation. I want it to look slightly less contemporary and a bit more Japanesey. It's going to look gorgeous. Right, I'm off. That, I like this. Yes, it's going straight in my basket. Bosh. Japanese umbrella pine. Well, we had a quick fly over to a second garden centre. Now we're talking. Morning missions accomplished. So I've picked up some cracking plants. I've got some fresh oyster shingle to go across the front of the pond, some big Scottish cobbles to go around the back, some smaller pebbles for going around the plants, and then I'm going to backfill where I've exposed any pipes with 10mm gravel. Right, I best crack on. I've got all the channel cleared out at the front where the stones are going to be refreshed. Backfilled around anywhere that I've got any pipes with the gravel, just so if I get any subsidence on the ground where it's been backfilled, it'll just move around the pipes rather than pull the pipes down. So all that's left to do is scran this muffin, which looks rather lovely, and get the plants back in. Get out, don't you dare steal my cob. Right, garden transforming in 3, 2, 1. the wetsuit's been back out. But it's only to check that the leak is definitely fixed. Wanted to make sure it definitely was before I finished off the video. Plants seem to be happy. Been in a couple of weeks now. Really chuffed with how it's turned out actually. Think a few bonsai might be on the cards. Cloud trees are looking the part. They've been getting a special feed of pond water every night. Dead happy how this end's turned out. I always felt that the blade looked a bit harsh, and these Leylandi have just softened it just nicely. It's also done a great job of hiding my skimmer, just stashed underneath there. A few little bits that I think people will have noticed and will ask about. So my shower I've fitted, very cheaply done as well, out of some feather edge boarding, and then they've just got CLS which sits perfectly into the ridge on the shower. There's still plenty of gap for the air to pass through so the shower can breathe properly, and this has served a couple of purposes really. One, when it was colder and I took all the insulation off, I couldn't see the garden for steam, so I just fitted them to insulate it at that point. And also, I'm a big believer that when the media is completely covered in algae, the water sort of bypasses the actual media. It just runs past the outer side of the algae. At least that's my theory. And doing this has really worked, just to knock all the algae off, and it's, yeah. The up pipe has been chugging away nicely this last couple of weeks, but it's now ready for a slightly shorter one going in. And all I do is I've got about 10, and each one is about a centimetre shorter than the other. Then I just tweak it to suit how much chunder I want, and that really goes by how bad my water is at the time. My parameters are now back to where I want them. My pH is 7.4 with a KH of 2.2, and a TDS is flickering between 90 and 100. So yeah, got a couple of new fish to go in soon. Maybe a couple of fish to move on. Definitely really want to be getting a couple out, but some aren't the best of fish in the world, but they sort of got sentimental value. I've actually not treated for blanket weed yet this season. I think because I've not really fed the fish much at all, they've been grazing on it all day, and that's kept it back. But if I do start to get pH swings or it gets out of control once I start to feed the fish properly, I will treat for it. The natural thing for a pond is to have a little bit of something on the side, and I've got a feeling that a lot of people that treat for blanket weed then all of a sudden think they've got a problem with a fish, and really they're just annoyed with the treatment that's in there. The pleco's been doing a good job. That's been properly munching, and there's been when I was in there earlier, there was loads of pleco poo. But yeah, I've got absolutely loads of videos planned for the channel, so if you're not subbed, make sure you are. Other than that, take care everyone, and I'll see you on the next one.